welcome to Plano's Political Pitbull podcast. I am Esther.
And I'm Ruth.
And today we're going to talk about the city of Plano, about the Parks and Rec bond proposals for Plano that are coming up in May 2025, and another economic development agreement that is coming before City Council today. That would be Monday, December 9th, 2024. So first, let's talk about the easier subject, the economic development agreement. So the company that Plano wants to give money to is named Delta Electronics USA. And they are currently in Plano at Data Drive and Lotus Drive. According to Delta's website, I looked into the company a little bit, went to their website. They're a very healthy company. Their sales revenue for 2024, just November, was $36,647,000. From January to November 2024, their sales revenues were $382,409,000. That's just the USA company. So this company is a worldwide company. They're actually headquartered in Taiwan. Okay. Their total sales revenue for 2023 was $12.891 billion.
And Plano's trying to bribe them to come here.
Well, they're already here. They don't need to bribe them to come here. They're already here.
And wait, then why are they giving them money?
So they're giving them money, from what I read, as part of the agreement, to construct and occupy over 1 million square feet of manufacturing and office space with a minimum taxable value of $286,400,000, located where they're currently located, Data and Locus in Plano. And Plano, the city, wants to give them $5,873,000. You're going to give a $12+ billion company $5 million. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
In order to expand?
Well, see, that is the problem that I had. So they said they want them to construct this new building, but there's already a building there. So I'm thinking, is this a redo? It didn't say redo. It says to construct a building. I would think that would mean a new building. And I don't see on the map, I looked on the map, I don't see where they could put another building.
I just don't understand what the motivation is for this. How does this benefit Plano in any way?
So, the other thing they have to do is to retain, or create up to 1,500 full-time jobs. So they don't even have to create new jobs, hire new people. All they have to do if they were going to, I guess, redo their building or make their building larger, build a new building, I'm still unclear about that, is to just keep on 1,500 employees, up to 1,500 full-time employees by 2037.
That's not even like...
Confused.
I'm very confused because...
I'm confused too.
Because I don't...
Would you like to know what the company does?
No, wait.
Okay.
I need to wrap my head around this.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not even saying like, because a lot of those workers could be, from anywhere in the DFW area, not just Plano.
Yes, no, they can be from
So just
13 counties, 13 surrounding counties. They don't even have to be from Plano.
So why does the city want? What is the benefit?
Well, the economic agreement said that the benefit was sales taxes, but I don't know if this company really delves into sales taxes. From what I saw on their website, they sound more wholesale because of what they do.
Or what do they do?
So, their mission, let's see. They are a global provider of power and thermal management solutions. Their mission is to provide innovative, clean, and efficient energy solutions for a better tomorrow. That's a quote from their website. Their business categories include power electronics. Okay, that could be retail, but it could also be wholesale. Mobility, automation, and infrastructure. Products are components, power and system fans, energy infrastructure, EV powertrain systems, industrial automation, and building automation. So, I don't know, maybe they make robots?
It doesn't sound...
take our jobs? I don't know.
It doesn't sound like they are making products for the average consumer. It sounds like the people who would be buying their products are also in business.
It sounds like it. It could also be other cities because you're dealing with infrastructure. So, and trains, EV power train. I don't know. When I think of EVs, I think of cars. I don't think of trains as EV. I mean,
they want to make an EV powertrain system.
That's going to use a lot of energy.
I'm pretty sure, is it China or Japan, or maybe both, already has that?
Well, this is a Taiwan company. I mean, their headquarters is Taiwan. That's what it listed on their website. With this particular location in Plano. Nevertheless, it does a system fans. You're talking industrial stuff here. You're not talking, product components. I guess the stuff that goes into products. This doesn't sound like I can go in to this company and say, can buy something. This is not the average person can buy this. So I don't know how much sales tax is going to be generated here. So the industrial automation is very interesting. Where people are already worried that the robots are going to be taking their jobs, I think this company, they may be making the robots and building automation.
Well, if they're a Taiwanese company, a lot of, again, Japan, a lot of the things are already automized.
Yes.
They're way ahead of us.
Big time. Big time. I heard that there are whole restaurants that are totally automated.
I thought that was hotels.
Hotels too?
That's what I heard, unless I heard wrong.
Wow.
Or am remembering wrong.
I don't know. I don't know. I've heard stores. I've heard some restaurants, all automated. And I think there's one person, living human being. in the location, and that's it.
Just to make sure the robots don't turn against us.
Right. But we digress. So this is a $12 billion plus company, and we're giving them a measly $5 million plus dollars to keep them here. Because
Are
apparently,
they that scared?
well, apparently from what I read, the company came to them and like, look, basically, now this is obviously not what they said. I'm
Paraphrasing.
but basically they said, look, give us money or we're leaving.
Oh.
What do you...
So that's the motivation. They're scared they're going to leave.
Yeah, they're scared they're going to leave and take their 1 million square foot building with them that I'm not quite sure is going to be new or redone.
Now it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we did lose Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
So that was a big blow. I mean, this is the problem with economic development now. This is the problem with corporate welfare. Now you have companies coming to you and basically saying, hey, give us money or we're going to leave and find a better city to give us more money. What I can't figure out is why companies want to do this to them. What am I saying?
What do you mean?
What am I saying? Why cities want it? Why if we are supposed to be a capitalist society, okay? And
people don't know what capitalism is anymore, okay?
Yeah, I sometimes I do get that feeling that they have no idea what capitalism is anymore. But if we are supposed to be a capitalist society, where
broken capitalist society,
free market reigns, and you kind of, government is there to protect private property and individual rights and contracts and get out of the way, why do companies and government want this codependent nature? I mean, I would have to think that it would cost a lot of money to pick up and move somewhere else.
It sounds more like the cities are dependent on the companies rather than the companies depend on the cities, given that they're using their power over them to give them more money.
See, that's
like the companies are using their power over the city. That's what I mean.
Yep. See, this is where I would say, you're not gonna control me. You want to leave? You want me to give you something to keep you here? No. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Well, the reason they're doing that is because cities have set the expectation for it.
Yeah. This has become kind of like a co-parasite, a relationship.
It's called parasitic relationship.
Thank you. Parasitic relationship. I don't know who went to whom first. If it was the government saying, what can I do to make you move here? Or if it was the companies that said, hey, we're interested in moving here. What are you going to give us? I don't know who started the whole thing, but
I have a strong feeling it was the cities first, because I could be wrong, but it just seems like the more likely option would be the cities set that expectation that we are going to give you money in order to either stay here or come here. In order to come here, we'll give you money, the bribing thing. And so they set this expectation of companies can now, what's the word I'm looking for?
get
have
money?
have this sort of entitlement to them of, if you want me to stay here, if you want me to come over to your city and not to that one over there, you better give me some money real fast, and it better be a good deal.
I guess so. The thing that confuses me with this deal is they've already have a building here. Is this a second building that they're building? Is this a tear down and then they're going to make a new building? That was very unclear, and I tried to call a source to figure this out. Fortunately, the source did not get back to me yet. So when that gets back to me, I'll let you all know. When the person gets back to me, if they do. But until then, I'm not sure if this is, I don't know where they would build another building in the parking lot. I have no idea. I mean, there is an actual building there. And it looks like a manufacturer building. And there's actually two buildings on that corner, one on one side, one on the other. So I don't know. It was very unclear. The way it read, it sounds like they're going to build a new building. But when I went to look at the property, there's an existing building on it. So
Maybe they're taking that building down and making a new one that's bigger?
I don't know. We'll find out, I'm sure. But like I said, these don't have to be Plano residents, which, if we're going to have this symbiotic relationship, couldn't we at least benefit employment-wise from it? I mean, they don't even have to hire anybody new. All they have to do is keep 1,500 employees.
At this point, I don't know how you would fix this, because entitlement it doesn't just come out of nowhere, okay? It's like children. Like, you have created the entitled child, okay?
Oh, yeah.
How you fix that, I don't know.
Well, every single solitary city would have to stop this.
Which is not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. Either the legislature would have to step in and say, we're not going to do this anymore, and basically ban this, which I would not have a problem with. Or cities would have to agree, come together, all the mayors would have to come together.
Again,
say,
not going to happen.
We're not going to do this, and that's not going to happen. See, in a true capitalist free market society, the towns should just say, we're going to leave you alone. If you want companies, which I've said this before, the best way to get a company to come to your city is to reduce the regulations, lower your taxes, lower your business taxes, lower your property taxes. And you want them to build a 1 million square foot building that's worth a whole lot of money. Here. $286.4 million. I mean, that's the taxable value. I mean, if you want them to come here and build that, lower your property taxes. They'll flood here. But they don't do that. They'd rather have higher property taxes and give them money. Give businesses money. Makes no sense. All right. Well, that's item one. So, on to what happened at the last meeting. So, Parks and Rec, they had their public hearing. There's going to be a public hearing on each bond category. And Parks and Rec was up first. And they want, let me look at my other notes now. So, Bonds and Parks and Rec. They want $51,595,000 in bonds.
That means debt, right?
Yes, bonds are debt. So they want to go into debt that much. And what do they want to go into debt for? So they want to build another park. It's going to be called Hall Park. And they need $10 million for that. And this park is going to be at Alma and Parker. All right. They want to buy land or set money aside to buy some land. $20 million. 15 for a park at Levon Farms, or just I guess land for, they want a park there. And the rest is going to be to find a spot for a senior center in West Plano. Now, we already have a senior center in Plano. And it's not very deep in East Plano. It's geographically speaking, it's in East Plano. But now they're talking about having another one in West Plano.
Well, East and West Plano are far apart, so.
Oh, please. Oh, police.
I'm just saying, if it was another one, if like there was already one in West Plano and they were putting another one in West Plano, then that would not make sense at all. But the fact that there's one in East Plano and they want to put one in West Plano, that makes a little sense, at least.
You've lived here too long. Okay. Most towns only have one. Okay.
Oh, really?
Yes. I got news for you. Most towns only have one senior center if they have a senior center at all.
Well, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I don't know about senior centers.
Okay. And it's not so senior. You could go to the senior center, you only have to be 50 and up.
That's not a senior.
I know. I thought 65 was a senior, but
at this point, with the fact that we keep living longer, I don't know what a senior is considered anymore.
Well, most seniors are considered 65 and up, but yeah, you can go and use the facilities there if you're 50 and up. But why do we need one? It's not that long of a drive. Come on. That's silly. It's ridiculous. Plus, our maintenance and operation side of our taxes are going to go up because guess what? They got to maintain that sucker once they build it. Oh, and the new park that they're going to build, the Hall Park, that's going to cost us $1 million a year.
Wait, does Dallas only have one? Because Dallas is huge.
I don't know if Dallas only has one. It may have more than one because, yes, Dallas is huge. We are not that huge.
I mean,
come on.
It takes about an hour to get across. I'm just saying.
These are retired people. It's not like they're going during rush hour. Come on.
I'm just saying, this is not...
What is Middle Plano going to do? Choose, today I think I'll go to East and tomorrow.
Yeah, they get a choice. Isn't that great? No. Look, I'm just saying it's not the worst thing that I've heard today or ever.
No, it is not the most ridiculous thing I've heard, but I'm sorry. I just think that you're going to cost us. You're already costing us with another park, by the way. I looked this up. Do you know how many parks Plano has?
I saw it. It was like 85, right?
85
yeah,
parks.
That's why I wasn't too concerned with the senior center, and the additional parks was more of a why.
Yeah, we have 85 parks. This is according to the city's own
Is this
website.
including dog parks or not?
I don't know. On the website it says Plano, 85 parks and 98 miles of trails. So now we're going to have 86 parks. Why do we need another park? Like, I don't understand.
Somehow that area doesn't have one. I don't know.
How is that possible?
I said somehow.
There must be a park around there. Maybe you can't physically walk there. Maybe it's not within walkable nothing's a walkable distance in 100-degree heat. But, okay, maybe it's not a 5-minute walk. Maybe it's a 10-minute walk. But, come on. 85 parks. And you want to build another one. By the way, this park is also in the Oak Point, like, nature reserve, like, close to there. So I don't, well, that's where it's supposed to be. I don't.
They're gonna build a park next to a nature preserve?
I think so.
Why wouldn't
If
you
I'm
just
getting this right.
Why wouldn't you just go to the nature reserve?
I don't know. I might be.
Unless it's like
Wait, I'm confusing that with Levon Farms, which is going to be another that they want to buy that land for a part to add to the Oak Point Nature Preserve, or have it attached to it. All I know is every time you build a park or a senior center or a rec center, it's going to cost us more money yearly because they have to maintain these things. They have to cut the grass. It's going to cost us more water. Hello. We are a sub-Saharan, water. You know, there's a drought. So it's going to cost you water. It's going to cost you
When isn't there a drought?
And
When isn't there a drought?
True. Actually, we had a good rainfall a couple of years ago. More bonds, because guess what? Park improvements, they want a $5 million bond to make park improvements. And community park renovations, because guess what? These things get old and then you have to redo them. $11 million. Specifically $11,595,000 for a park reno. Oh, and they want new trails. So we're going to be increasing the 98 miles of trail. That's going to go up.
See, I'm more concerned about the unnecessary additions of trails and parks than the single one senior center when we only have one all across in East Plano. Meanwhile, we have 85 parks and they want to build. Yeah, this is more concerning to me. I'm sorry.
The whole thing is ridiculous. Okay, the park improvements, not you do have to maintain these things, and they do cost money. All right.
That's the whole thing. You don't want more.
No, you don't want more of this. I mean, think about it. You have to then issue more bonds. Okay, in a few more years, because you're going to have to redo something. So I'm a no on this one. That would be a big fat no. Like, I wish actually what they could do, if they could divide these up, I don't know how they're going to do this on the ballot, but we get to vote on each bond. If they could divide up each project, okay, I would like that, because, see, I would vote for the renovation and the improvements. I would vote against the new trails and the land buy and the hall park. That I would vote against. So if they could separate these things so we can vote on each one, that would be great. There's an idea, guys. Separate each project so we can vote on each project. So you could see what is really important to somebody. This way, I can vote yes on some things, but no on others. Because right now, if this is all together, it's going to be a no to all. Because I'm not going to vote for one if I don't, or two, I'm not going to vote for something if I don't like the whole package. Y'all do what you want, that's me. But yeah, come May, I'm a no on that, because you're increasing your debt, you're increasing your taxes, and we've already discussed that debt is not rolling off. This is increasing the debt, and we're not getting rid of any debt. There is some slides that I'll put up on the website, planospoliticalpitbull.com, so you could see the operation and maintenance side of the taxes and what will be increasing. Because, as I said, every new thing you build requires maintenance and operations, which requires more taxes. So, some things that our council people asked. So Prince, she asked about buying and using existing buildings so we don't have empty buildings in Plano. That was in regards to the senior center. Instead of buying an empty plot of land, which, by the way, is not much left, and building a new building on it, instead taking an existing building and just renovating it into a senior center. Sounds good. Councilman Williams asked where on the farms the park would be. That's the one I think is going to be part of Oak Point. Councilman Riccadelli asked about the $5 million for the unlisted land buys. Again, they're just kind of putting it aside because they're not quite sure, when they're going to find this land. And I have a bonus thing for you. I'm going to talk about ridiculous things. So I have a new thing. The most ridiculous topic and conversation at City Council. And this week's winner is the conversation on political signs.
What?
Yeah. There was an actual discussion about political signs and how large or small they could be.
Wait, we're still debating this?
Well, the election is over, but so there was an issue. So apparently, this is how ridiculous government is. There is an ordinance that says how large a political sign can be. And yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Who thinks of these things? I don't know. So apparently there is a new problem. This year, people started to stack the signs. Do you remember you saw it was a yard sign and then the person puts another yard sign on top?
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Okay. So apparently that was new. And the ordinance never dealt with a stacking sign.
Why do we need a rule for it? Okay? I just want to know, why do we need to make a rule? Can we just let people do it? Does there have to be a rule?
Apparently there has to be a rule.
Can we just leave people alone for once? No?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, it was I will say the only thing that made any kind of sense that was brought up was by Commissioner. I keep calling him Commissioner. He's Councilman now. Councilman Horn. He was worried about a safety issue because he didn't want, if it was on a corner, he didn't want it to block the view of cars.
How big are these signs?
I don't know. You don't want necessarily. I don't know. They can be as big as somebody can afford to pay for them, I guess.
I thought there were rules about the size.
Yeah, anywho, like I said, most ridiculous conversation. They actually brought in props. They're allowed to bring in props, and the people can't.
Well, yeah, rules for me, rules for thee, not for me.
Yeah. They brought in props. They brought in 2 blank signs. Probably they were just covered. And they stacked them. And the guy was standing there and said, so we could do this or we could do this. I'm like, seriously, I can't. I'm
Who cares?
laughing hysterically. Okay, so the consensus was no more than 42 inches.
Okay.
Whether you stack them or they're a single sign, no more than 42 inches. 43 inches, and we're taking it down.
42.5 inches, and that's too much.
I wonder if they go around with a measuring tape. Can you imagine people from the building standards? All right, you're 1/4 of an inch too tall. We're going to separate you.
This is reminding me of HOA.
Yes. The most ridiculous of the conversations that were at City Council. Well, that is going to be it for us today. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and share and subscribe. And if you don't like anything you've heard, please feel free to comment to your city council member and tell them. Don't do that. Or we love that vote. Or we didn't like the way you voted. The only way you get change, folks, is by voting and by talking to them. This is Esther.
And this is Ruth.
For Plano's Political Pitbulls, signing off.